when I was being instructed, so I well communicated to the plaintiff.
Dr. Ngani reporting for EBN TV.
Thank you, Ngani, for that report. Now, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission chairperson seat has received a major boost after a game-changing decision was on Friday made at the body's headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This after the AU Executive Council on Friday unanimously adopted a critical decision that is the turn of the East African region to submit candidates for the AUC top position. The announcement was made by Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, who is in Addis for the 22nd extraordinary session of the AU's Executive Council of Foreign Affairs Ministers. Mudavadi, who actively lobbied for the adoption of the decision during the session of the AU Executive Council, said the decision aligns with what Kenya has been pushing for. Now, it was chaos and drama that erupted at the Kakamega County Assembly this afternoon after a section of Azimio MCAs attempted to effect the changes in leadership at the majority of leader of the county assembly. After holding prayers before the session began, there was drama that forced the assembly speaker, James Namatsi, to flee for his life, leaving MCAs arguing who is supposed to be the majority leader. The move annoyed the minority side, who are now demanding the speaker not to be swayed by the county government's decision, but to continue to hold the sessions. The leaders are now calling upon the ODM party leader to solve the dispute before leaving the party.
Sisi tuko na haki ya uongozi bora, tuko na haki ya kuheshimika katika uongozi wa county, na kuanzia muda huu na haya mabadiliko ambayo yamekuja katika assembly, tunataka kuona hiyo haki yetu ikiwa imetimizwa.
There is a very clear line and principle of separation of powers between the executive and the assembly. Kwa hivyo kuona elements zozote za executive, na nikisema executive, the head of the executive is the governor. We are not beating about the bush on this one. We want exclusive independence of the county assembly. Sisi tuko ndani ya baadhi ya viongozi wa kuwa chama. DAP is a national party. But in Kakamega we have our own branch and we can do as we please.
DAP! DAP! Asante sana. Kwa majina mnaitwa Victor Bednego Oselo. Hao viongozi wanapinga. Sasa kama viongozi wachache wa ODM wanaweza pinga secretary wao, kweli hii chama cha ODM inaelekea wapi? Wanakuja kuleta hiyo fitina yao, wanakuja kwa DAP.
Na kwa Azimio.
Sisi ni watu ya Azimio. ODM wako na afisi zao. Na sisi party yetu ya DAP tuko na afisi zetu. Tafadhali watu ya ODM, muheshimu chama cha DAP, maana tulungana pamoja kuunda Azimio.
Over 7,000 criminal cases are pending in Eldoret's law courts, including both magistracy and high court. The earliest date available for a high court trial is in December, indicating a significant backlog. Alternative dispute resolution methods like plea bargaining and diversions are being considered to expedite criminal trials. The Lawyers, Magistrates and Judges Conference aims to explore alternative justice systems to address the backlog effectively. There are approximately 7,000 criminal cases pending, with around 5,000 in the magistrate and 1,000 in the High Court, prompting the need for urgent action to speed up the justice process.
Currently, we have over 7,000 cases, criminal cases, pending before Eldoret law courts, both in the magistracy and in the High Court. And I'm being informed that the earliest date you can now get in the High Court is December, meaning that there's a huge backlog. We must find ways of hastening the criminal trials, and one of them is through ADR. In the office of the DPP, we use plea bargain and diversion. And the whole essence of that conference is for us to understand what alternative justice system or ADR what it is.
Kesi yetu imerundika katika mahakama zetu kwa muda mrefu, sababu mara hakuna washahidi, mara hakuna faili ambayo inatumika, ambao nikachukua nafasi ya kipekee, na mimi nashukuru nikaita director mwenyewe afike ndio tupate kusemesana pamoja, na kusemesana pamoja ni kutafuta suluhu.
Today I have learned that we have almost 7,000 cases, criminal cases, that have not been dealt with in Uasin Gishu, and around 5,000 in the High Court, in the low courts before the magistrate, and then another 1,000 in the High Court. And you are saying, for how long, and who are we waiting? It is time now we expedite on justice.
Bar owners in the Changamwe area are participating in a session to collect opinion from the public held at the Changamwe Hall. Speaking at the meeting, the chairperson of the owners of the bars, Faith Mwende Boniface, said that they did not find a solution to the issues they have through the business. In addition, Faith has asked the county governor for Mombasa, Abdul Samad Sharif Nasir, to have close cooperation with them so that the county can collect taxes. At the same time, she added that there is need for the Mombasa county government to reduce the license fee and extend the opening time for the businesses. She pointed out that the time limit is limited while the license fee is high, and that becomes difficult for traders to obtain.
Bapia ni biashara yote kama vile kanisa ambayo kila mtu anatafuta riziki yake. So tunapoingia katika masaa, ukitumia masaa ya kufanya biashara yetu pia unatuumiza. Leo tunakuja katika public participation, of which hatukupata agenda yote ya maana. Ni kama tu tumekuja kuharibu muda wetu hapa ambapo kaunti yetu tusikiza. Ombi letu kwa gavana ni kwamba anapokaa na wafanyabiashara wengine, pia sisi wenye bar, biashara yetu sio mbaya, sababu biashara ya bar pia imefundisha watu wengi. Unaweza angalia kuna watu wengi pia wanafikia katika mikono ya pombe. Pombe kwanza, wanapotaka kupiga pombe haramu ni waanze na hao machifu kwanza, ambao ndio wanajua maeneo yote ambayo hizo vitu haramu zinauzwa. Wakikuja kupigana na mwenye bar ana haki, ananunua pombe yake katika breweries, so hakuna mahali ati anatoa pombe yake kimagendo. Yeye analetea pombe na kama ni tamasha ama distributor mwingine.
Cases of gender-based violence and teenage pregnancies are on the rise in Vihiga County, with the spread of HIV infections among the youth standing at 52%. This has prompted Youth Changes Kenya to convene a meeting with Vihiga County Health Management Team aimed at sharing knowledge that aims to help reduce cases of teen pregnancies, HIV prevalence among the youth, and also gender-based violence. Speaking at the meeting with health officials in Vihiga, Dr. John Chigali and the County Director of Health, Benjamin Indusa, revealed that the county has prevalence of 52% new HIV infections among the youth, as they have focused on taking precautions to avoid pregnancy than taking precaution to avoid the disease.
Tumeweza kuona maambukizi yakienda juu, na wakati huu tuko na 52% ya maambukizi mapya ambayo yanapatikana kwa hiyo miaka ya 15 hadi 24. Kwa hivyo ni jambo la maana, kwa sababu tukipata partners kama wale wameingia leo, itaweza kutusaidia kuweza kufikia hawa vijana na tuweze kuweza kutafuta jinsi ya kuwasaidia.
So it's like we want to normalize these things, so that is why they go unreported, but it's high time that we, as a community, as stakeholders and as a community as large, we call it the way it is, so that we are able to do advocacy at community level, so that the perpetrators are brought on book and we can see people being jailed, people being fined, and also the legal system should be also be fair, so that probably on my case, if it's a defilement, if I had powers, I could not give a bail. But because the constitution allows people to be given bail, and when they are out on bond, they go and interfere with the witnesses.
County has very high cases of teen pregnancy and sexual and gender-based violence, and this is in line with our strategic plan. and also our thematic areas.
When it comes to teenage pregnancies, the numbers are quite high. It comes to HIV infections, the number also quite high. And like the director said, we are coming in to help them in implementing. We also agreed to come in and also be a resource partner for them, to also have intergenerational dialogues, to even help them when it comes to the justice system.
And to realize gender-based violence goes both ways, and want to reduce cases of defilement, incest, and anything related to that. And for us to do that, we need to implement, we need to have public outreaches, we need to be able to tell the community what is happening and tell them how to overcome this. We also have a lot of issues with things like children, especially girls, dropping out of school because of pregnancies. And even recently we could report that our HIV rates had gone up among the teens. So it means they don't have sexual education, and the moment some of them get pregnant, then you find that they are dropping out of school. And these are some of the things that we need partners to help us.
It is relief for students from various high schools and colleges from low-income families in the Bumula area after the area's Member of Parliament Wanami Wamboka launched a CDF kitty of 52 million shillings to pay for their school fees. Our reporter Duncan Koba has more.
Speaking at the official launch of the constituency kitty in Bumula, the legislator Wanami Wamboka affirmed that the move is aimed to help the needy students to stay in the school, saying he has given education sector a priority to ensure their lives are improved for the future.
Constituency CDF bursary of 52 million. On the sidelines, I have partnered, and this I did even before I became Member of Parliament. I have partnered with Bumula professionals. Last year we took in 118 students. Today I'm here to present my contribution of 590,000 to the professional group so that they can pay for the children of Bumula to stay in school.
However, Wamboka claims that in the past, the fund from the kitty was not well used in the construction as well as renovation of some schools in the area, saying he has notified the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission office to investigate the issue.
Money was used to put up schools, structures. You go to a school. In mind, I have Netima Primary School. I go to a school, has consumed almost 10 million. You look at the school is falling. Some of them we have already handed over to ESCC and DCI to come in and investigate loss of public funds. In such instances, when I go there, I put up a new block of classes for these schools. We did it. When I went to Netima and students had nowhere to learn from, I have put up a modern block of 3 classrooms in Netima Primary in a record 1 month.
In addition, stakeholders in the education sector in the area have asked the parents also to be responsible for paying school fees to ensure their children stays in school.
Ngao, National Government Administrative Officers, tumesukumwa sana na jukumu la ku make sure watoto wote wametransit. Hii tunaita 100% transition. Ila sasa changamoto ni kuwa tunapeleka watoto shule, lakini jioni ama siku ya pili wamerudi. So inakuwa ni kama tunafanya zero work. Sijui tutasaidiana aje na principals ili watoto tunapeleka wanabaki shuleni.
It is evident that education is the key to the future of 21st century. This is highly recommended because of the support of national government and the Constituency Development Fund that have enabled students from poor background to quench the thirsty of knowledge. Duncan Kuba for EBN News, Bumula Constituency, Bungoma County.
Fishermen in Rarieda sub-county are now appealing for government support to enable them to enhance the fight against illegal fishing gears. Led by Rarieda sub-county beach management unit's network chairperson Walter Kwenya, the fishermen stated that they have been trying their level best to fight the unlawful fishing gears, but at times get overwhelmed. He stated, for instance, that for them to go for an overnight operation, they often spend at least 30,000 shillings on fuel, hence the need for them to get support from the government both at the national and county level. while stating that they have confiscated over 190 illegal fishing gears from various beaches across Rarieda. Kwenya said that they have also had challenges in arresting the owners of those outlawed gears due to lack of capacity.
This exercise is on. It is being done because the fishermen, especially in Lake Victoria, are now suffering because some of our friends, our fishermen, are using very illegal nets, and it is interfering with the catch, thus interfering with the system. Now the business is going down because of this kind of crackdown. So this is why we are here. I'm happy for this exercise. It is on, and it is now being done by officers diligently. For the last 1 month now, as I'm speaking, we have confiscated illegal nets for around 198, of which the crackdown is still on. We're waiting for more. The total number that have captured are 198 total. Right. A bungalow, a mock, and a tennis. A bungalow 73, a mock 35, tennis 90, totalizing to 198. It is order that has been taken to court, and it is being the exercise is on, and our officers are still speaking with the authority so that to give the date of where to destroy and how to do it, because it must be done. It's actually being done like that to help others not again go back with these illegal nets in the lake. This is my request now. The faster the better, because where they are in our way, it's not even the store itself, and we expect even more. So the court should act vividly and very, 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 very fast, so that we also have easy time to get others to come in.
My name is Walter Kwenya from Rarieda. I'm the BMU network chairman, and we have been doing operations in the lake. So far, we have confiscated 190 nets, and on the ground there, I would tell the government that we are the people who knows what is there. So if we raise a complaint, we would like the government to react positive.
Principal Secretary, Department for Petroleum Mohammed Liban has urged experts to be abreast with up-to-date data to ensure gas and oil exploitation. Speaking in Mombasa when he opened a 2-day training of geologists, physicists, and laboratory technologists on geographical information systems and remote sensing, said the collected data would also be used for marketing purposes. Now, the GIS and the PS stated services as powerful technological tool in addressing the challenges encountered during the exploration, development, and exploitation of natural resources.
To expand your knowledge in a crucial field that directly aligns with your department's mandate of ensuring oil and gas capacity development. GIS serves as a powerful technological tool in addressing the challenges encountered during the exploration, development, and exploitation of natural resources by facilitating the handling of spatial data and spatial information. GIS plays a pivotal role in petroleum production, that is where we are moving, transportation, and resource management. Throughout this training, you are expected to acquire the technical skills necessary for the execution of your respective duties and responsibilities. Therefore, you are called upon to embrace this opportunity as the beginning of a lifelong journey of learning, innovation, and discovery in the ever-evolving petroleum industry. The benefits of GIS and remote sensing are manifold, from stewardship of earth resources to improved communication and environmental impact monitoring. The integration of GIS into our technical directorate's activities promises cost savings, enhanced efficiency, and better decision-making for improved service delivery.
From the sports desk, official Football Kenya Federation delegates have sent a stern warning to purported non-members to keep off the annual general meeting set for Saturday at the Kasarani in Nairobi, now led by Kenyan Premier League clubs representative Patrick Korir of Nairobi City Stars. The 76 delegates in a press briefing on Friday morning say they were aware of plans by quote-unquote distractors to spoil the event of tomorrow. The delegates were drawn from the Kenyan Premier League clubs, National Super League clubs, Kenya Women Premier League clubs, Division 1 clubs and FKF branches.
So dear members of the Fourth Estate, if a club is to represent someone who's not registered with the federation as an official or as a member, do they have any business wanting to be part of the AGM? I'll leave that question to you. And what we are saying as KPL clubs is that we must at all times comply to those two articles, and any club that does not comply to those two articles should not constitute a crisis for the rest of us. That is the message as Kenyan Premier League clubs, and I stand here as a representation of the 18 Kenyan Premier League clubs, saying that if you do not want to conform with what is in the constitution, then please leave us alone.
Let Nick Mwendo, let him know that he doesn't own FKF. It is not his property. FKF is not a private property. And we are not going to allow anybody to take the right of members away. Murangasi, we have insisted we have our representative. Nobody is going to stop our representative from attending.
Now to something exciting as well. Quarterfinals matches for the UEFA Champions League are set, and the games will start from 9th April 2024. Now Real Madrid are set to take on Manchester City, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund, and Barcelona versus PSG. And the draw took place earlier this afternoon. Now on that note, I'd love us to wrap up our bulletin this evening. Thank you very much for watching. This is EBN Weekend Edition. We hope that you're up to date with what is making headlines across the country. Now, interestingly, Arsenal fans have drawn Bayern Munich. So what's your thoughts on that particular match? How will it go? As well as, the other matches that have as well been drawn. Real Madrid meeting Manchester City once again. This is the third time or fourth in the last 5 seasons that they are meeting in a Champions League match. So quite interesting, and those matches will take place on 9th of April 2024. So it's all systems go for the quarterfinals. Well, we wrap it up at that point. I'm Cynthia Nanjala. Have a blessed weekend ahead.